Hi there, my name is Nick Wilson, and I'm doing my Capstone Project for my MDS 492 class at Boise State. I am doing my project on dealing with ADHD. Alright, so for my project, I am wanting to help find solutions for college students that struggle with ADHD. I have dealt with ADHD basically my entire life since grade school. And I am hoping to create a website or a resource in order to help these incoming students find a way to find a way to help cope with ADHD. My how might I question is either I find a number of solutions are effective, or students will struggle with ADHD and it make it worse over time. Okay, about the project. Why the project is necessary is it will give students a resource to fall back on. And like I said, if there's a resource to fall back on and they're able to use it and learn about it and get used to what ADHD is, then it can possibly help them in school. What benefit will this project have? Learning more about it is a big benefit, and I can share my experiences, like my personal experiences of what I've done with ADHD, how I've used different tools in classes and different medicines and whatnot, so I can help give my experiences to others. What problems will your project solve? It can also bring a bigger light to ADHD. I know it's a pretty common thing now, but I don't think many people know exactly what it is or how it affects people. And then, like I've said, again, it can help express how to cope with it in classes, work, whatever. Then, how do these problems affect your community and workplace at the moment? At least for me, in having ADHD/ADD, I think I have both, I'm not 100% sure. But it lets me, like, having it's been kind of a pain in the butt at times. It makes going to work and doing school hard to focus, and I can't really do my homework sometimes, which is somewhat annoying. But I've used other things that have helped. Moving on. How will I complete the project? So how I'm going to complete the project is, in order to basically I still need to find more history on the topic and a couple other resources, but I have found some resources that have been helpful, and I've found different groups. Like, I've found a Facebook group that's talked about how to deal with ADHD as an adult, and I have found a couple other websites that have really helped. The either-or solution and how it will help is I can build a website in order for college students, and I can make it easily accessible, and it'll be easy to navigate, and it will give information. That will help educate people about this, and it'll essentially just kind of give a history and like resources to help. I do need to create a survey, and I do need to find an interview. I know for the survey I can try to use, again, Facebook groups and past BSU groups. I know I have one from when I was a freshman. I can maybe ask them if they've had any experiences with ADHD or whatever the case is. Then to interview, I figure I can go talk to the EAC. They've been very helpful for me, so I feel like I could talk to some people there and they could help me figure out some ADHD stuff. The stakeholders in this whole thing, I feel like, are the students, the teachers, and the university itself. Everyone's kind of being affected with the student having ADHD, student just being the student, the teachers having to deal with the student, and the university having to give accommodations. Next is my timeline. Kind of speaks for itself, kind of goes over what I'm going to do. So the outcomes for the project. In doing this whole project, I hope to give resources to learn about and cope with ADHD for people who struggle with it in school like I have. I know high school didn't really prepare me necessarily for college, because I was in some other older classes that give you a little more help. And I can feel like with this whole thing, I can help give my input. Like I know in some classes I have used things like this, like a fidget cube, in order to help myself, or like a putty in cases where it'll help to just kind of focus and maybe struggle a little less. My post-graduation goal is essentially what I've been talking about, is letting the students with ADHD know about this and what it is, and can hopefully make it easier to go to school without people struggling like I have. That's basically my goal. If I can help students have a better experience than I have, I've had a pretty good experience, but I've struggled pretty hard here and there. But in that case, it can let me give my experiences and help people out a little more after I've graduated from college, and hopefully will help them. Then here are my references, and thank you.